Alright, a very good afternoon to you from SRL. Today is gonna be the day of the Monaco Grand Prix, round 10 of season 6 on F1 2020 on the PS4 platform. I am Niek van Gelder and I'm gonna be commentating for you today because fortunately Lance LeBron, who is usually commentating the races, has had a reschedule in his work. There has been some kind of miscommunication, and so he isn't available today, as is Samuel Brandt, who is usually the co-commentator. So I'm gonna be the one doing the commentary for today, and that's gonna be the second time I've done it this year, actually, because I also was in the commentary booth in China a couple of rounds ago. So I'm gonna cover round 10 of season 6 of SRL. Looks like we're gonna have quite a full grid as well today. 17 drivers currently in the lobby, and I'm also quickly gonna search for the live chat so I can interact with you guys. And also I'm gonna run you through the drivers list in a second. So then, we're gonna kick off in a few minutes time for qualifying. So, who have we got driving today? We've got Sandro Drillis in the Ferrari, Reese March, should I say, in the Haas, Funs van Heugten in the Renault, Cameron Weston-Edwards in the McLaren, we've got Louis Quinlan in the Alfa Romeo, Max Mulder in the Racing Point, Dion Stahl in the Ferrari, Ruben Hersdagen in the other Alfa Romeo, Andrea Letrella second in the championship in the AlphaTauri, Jurem Rusic in Red Bull, Rennie van der Stap in the McLaren, Jensen Randall in the Mercedes, Liam Hill in the Williams, Luke Smith, the reserve driver who has actually participated in quite a few rounds this season in the other Mercedes. We've got Esteban Hermanos replacing myself in the Red Bull, and Dennis Carenchis in the Racing Point. So you can see the timer is ticking off on the top of your screen. 20 seconds to go until qualifying starts. And yeah, Monaco, I mean, it's always a pretty interesting race, and always a bit of a special one, just like in real life. And to make it even more special, today is also the celebration of the 5th anniversary of SRL. And yeah, what a way to celebrate it with the Monaco Grand Prix, the jewel in the calendar as it's known as. So it's pretty nicely timed to be racing here in Monaco for the 5th anniversary of the SRL 1 League. They send around Funs tuning into the live chat. Good luck with commentating on the Carnage. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, also good luck in in actually being in the middle of that. I'm in the easy spot here. I could just watch the carnage unfold. You're gonna have to put up with it. And thanks Jordan as well for tuning into the live chat. 7 viewers already. That's a lot more than what I usually get on my channel. So we're gonna start with qualifying, and that's also gonna be the first time we're gonna see what the weather is gonna be like for this race. So let's just hope for a nice and dry race, because you know, Monaco is already difficult enough in the dry. Now I can't actually see what the weather forecast is like for the race, so maybe somebody can let me know in the live chat. Or maybe we'll just leave it as a surprise. So 18 minutes in this session, and of course qualifying is so important around Monaco. Got the 2 Mercedes cars there leaving their garages at pretty much the same time. And since Jensen Randall is fighting for the championship, he is currently leading the championship. Maybe we can see a few team orders today, considering Luke Smith is not really in championship fight. He is a reserve driver, although he has actually done very well in the races in which he participated in, and isn't actually too far off the championship lead. So we can see the first cars out on track at the moment. We've got Rees March in the Haas. So yeah, most drivers will probably be looking to set a banker in their first lap because you know, Monaco, it's so incredibly easy to make a mistake or to hit a wall and damage your car. So I think the best approach for Monaco is to just do your first lap at about 95%, not actually pushing at your absolute limit, just to get a time on the boards, and then just push at your maximum for, you know, your second and third final lap at the end of the session once you've got that banker time. So, actually Luke Smith has left the session, it seems like. I'm not sure if that is some kind of internet issue or if he has already crashed out. I saw yellow flags in the final sector. Now what has happened to Luke Smith? Has there been an early crasher here at the start of the session? I'm not sure. Yellow flag still being waved. That could just be for the heavy traffic. I am not too sure what was going on there. I was trying to bring up the championship standings and stuff like that. But anyway, the first couple of drivers are now starting their flying lap. With Sandro Dulis here in the Ferrari. He's actually using a special helmet design for this weekend. A white and gold helmet, again in celebration of SRL's 5th anniversary. Some of the drivers actually still waiting in the pits for quite a long time. We've got Liam Hill. And he actually opens the session with a 1 minute 9.557 in the Williams. So that's a pretty decent time to open up the session as your first flying lap. Jensen Randall immediately improves that by quite a bit, 1.1 seconds faster, 1 minute 8.428. Good morning. That is amazing. As the first flying lap of the session. Wow. No track evolution at all, but already a lap which can challenge for pole position. So, the first couple of times are starting to be put on the boards. Andrea Letrella has just gone third with a 1 minute 9.6. He needs to be careful to not get in the way of the racing point behind him. Not sure if he is on a flying lap, and actually Ladrea pulls over to the right hand side, so that's totally fine. It was Max Mulder behind the number 64 racing point. So Jensen Randall, 1 minute 8.4 in the first run, as Dennis Granch is having to come to a standstill on the run up towards Sport. He had to let a few cars go through. Louis Quinlan in the Alfa Romeo, he is currently on his outlap. Got Max Mulder on the racing point, he is also on his outlap, getting ready to start the session. I can see that he's actually using a special helmet as well. He is usually using a pink helmet, and now a red and white one. Not sure if that has something to do with Monaco as well, but it probably has. He's gonna start his first flying lap of the session. And we've got Esteban Hermanos replacing myself in the Red Bull RB16. Oh, actually, a bit of teamwork there between Jurem Rusic and Esteban Hermanos. Or is it? Is Jure holding him up, or is he trying to help him? I'm not actually that sure. He could actually maybe aid him on the straights a little bit by giving him some slipstream. Let's go on board with him. Yeah, Jure is really helping him out nicely here. So nice to see a little bit of teamwork between the two Red Bulls. I think Marusic does have to... I think he must be also on a flying lap himself. I think they're both doing a flying lap at the same time, so that could be something that works. Although in Monaco, it is such a tight circuit, you know, it's very easy to actually be stuck behind. And actually, Esteban Hermanos pulls into the pit lane, so Jurem Rusic It's going to come up to the line now. He has already set a time of a 14.4. He actually improves to a 12.9 and goes into 9th position. But immediately it drops to 10th. But Jensen Randall still with the quickest time with that first flying lap. Gotta say though, Liam Hill is pretty dangerously close to the time of Jensen Randall. 1 minute 9.5. Sorry, I misread it. It's 1 minute 9. I thought it was 1 minute 8. So he's gonna try and improve his lap time here. He's now on his second flying lap, second run in this session. Coming through this casino section and now in towards Mirabeau. Really trying to take a tight line, and now the slowest corner on the circuit, the slowest corner on the entire calendar even. The Fairmont's hairpin, trying to get a good exit out of here. I think he actually cut the corner there a little bit, but it looks like his time is actually still valid. Underneath the tunnel. And now breaking down into Mirabeau. The Nouvelle Chicane. And now into the back. He actually clips the ball there a little bit. Through the back. It's such an exciting corner because you get so close to the wall. Swimming pool section. Again, this lap is so incredibly busy and so exciting. He's actually encountered a little bit of traffic there behind the Alfa Romeo of Robin Hersendag, and he's gonna be... Oh, and there's a crash between Liam Hill and the Alfa Romeo of Robin Hersendag. And that is very unfortunate because they have both got wing damage, I think, and also Liam Hill's lap is now ruined. And the other Alfa Romeo of Louis Quinlan is now gonna start his first flying lap of the session as well. So we'll see where he can end up after he finished his first flying lap. Still Robin Hersendag, Louis Quinlan and also Cameron Weston Edwards yet to set a lap time. And also the information has come through for the weather report for the race. There's no rain expected in both sessions, so we're gonna have a dry race today, which I think is gonna be a good thing. So Drulis has returned to the pit lane. Here we've got Dennis Karenchis, currently on a flying lap as well. Let's go on board with him. It's a Mirabeau. And into the Fairmont's hairpin. All seems to be very tidy indeed. Yeah, nicely over the curb there. You don't want to hit it too much, but you do want to hit it a little bit. And then accelerating out of Portia on towards the back straight here underneath the tunnel, breaking down into the Nouvelle Chicane just after the 100 meter board. Oh, he missed the apex there a little bit. And now this crucial corner to back. You just aim for the wall and understeer past it, essentially. And the swimming pool chicane as well. Then it's Grange, he's currently in 9th position with a 1 minute 10.6. He slides the back in there as he goes through. Resquez, run up towards the line. He improves, he doesn't improve actually, stays in 9th position. 1 minute 10. Well, he did actually improve by 700ths of a second, but he did not improve his position. Dion Stahl currently on the lap as well. 2/10 up on his, or 2/10 down on his personal best. He's actually backed out of it now, 3.7 down. Reese Marsh is pulled into the pits as well. You've got Max Mulder, the number 64 Racing Point. He is currently doing pretty well, P4 at the moment, with a 1 minute 10.333, which is a pretty good lap time. And he is going to actually try again. He has just come out of the pits as well, has a bit of a slide there as he exits the final corner. He's now going to start his flying lap. Let's go on board with Max Mulder into turn 1. Third gear, he got the corner a little bit. It looks like he's actually got away with it. So that was... No, he didn't. Okay, he's backed out of it. So his time probably got cancelled there in turn 1. That's a shame. Jensen Randall back into the pits as well. But still, Jensen Randall, he is 1 second in front of Liam Hill. Over a second even, 1.1. Amazing. But here is a man who can certainly answer. He is second in the championship and has shown such good pace over the course of the season so far. Andrea Latrella is going to come up towards the line to end his final lap, and he improves 1 minute 9.1. Very good lap time there for the Italian, but still, he's half a second off Jensen Randall's lap time. Nobody seems able to challenge Jensen. Esteban Hermanos then in the Red Bull. He is currently on his outlap. He's going to start his first flying lap shortly. Oh, there's... I saw a bit of smoke. Yellow flags. I think Renault was just trying to let Esteban Hermanos go through there. Don't think there's been a crash. That just looked a little bit weird from that camera angle. Anyway, let's go on board with Esteban Hermanos into turn 1. And it's so easy to cut this corner. You really need to clip the curb there. A bit of a sliding as well on the exit. Then up the hill into the casino section. He missed the apex a little bit there, but managed to bring it back for late apex. Again, he could have been closer to the wall there on the inside. Now into Mirabeau. That was a nice line through there into the hairpin. He's got Jure Marusic in front of him again. So if Jure can actually slow down a little bit, he can maybe give him a little bit of a slipstream as we go underneath the tunnel. On the exit of Portier there, all look pretty tidy. Now then, will there be a bit of teamwork again between the two Red Bull cars into the Nouvelle chicane? Nicely there, just avoiding the wall now. Good exit out of here. Now, this really exciting corner to the back. You aim for the wall there, you just understeered past it. Close to the wall on the exit as well. Swimming pool section. Oh, he could have maybe been a bit closer to the wall there, but yeah, he's leaving a little bit of time on the table. But still, it looks to be a pretty tidy lap. But he does need to get held up by Jure. Now he actually pulls into the pit lane. Exit of the final corner. Again, Esteban Hermanos improves his lap time. He actually does, improves to a 1 minute 10.1, 2 seconds faster, and goes up to P4. And the modes Max Mulder down to 5th position. And we've got Lance LeBron tuning into the live chat as well. Jensen pulling the Ayrton Senna out of his pocket. Yeah, absolutely. 1 minute 8.4, that's a criminal lap time. Jensen's still waiting in the garage. He's probably going to leave the pits at the very end of the session to make the most of the track evolution. So a lot of drivers into the pits now. They've got Louis Quinlan. He is just behind his Alfa Romeo teammate Roman Hersdagen, and he's actually improving his lap time. So no, I don't think he was actually. They both flew into the pits. I thought I saw the split time there with a negative value, but anyway, he has decided to pull into the pits as well, and probably wisely so as well, because there's only 4 minutes left. So if he would have completed that lap, he wouldn't have had enough time to actually go back into the pits and go out again after that. And Jure Marusic on the live chat is actually saying he crashed into the pit lane. Oh, that is a shame. Yeah, that is pretty easy to do here in Monaco. It's a pretty awkward pit lane, and you do have to slow down after you exit rest gas. So unfortunately, Jure Marusic is going to start towards the back of the field, and we've got Luke Smith in the Mercedes. He is still the only one without a time, but he's actually... Oh, I think he actually crashed out at the start of the session. I actually missed it in the broadcast, unfortunately, but he won't be able to set a lap time. We can see the two Ferrari cars there leaving the pit lane, Dion Stahl and Sandro Dulis. They are currently in 11th and 12th place, so they do need to improve a little bit. And we can see there the special helmet that Sandro Dulis is using for this weekend. So then, we've got lots of drivers on the outlap at the moment. Here we've got Andrea Latrella. Let's go on board with him. He is gonna try and attack the lap to just... Oh god, and he pushed too much. He clipped the wall on the inside, trying to just gain as much time as possible, and that's his qualifying over. Trying to get close to Jensen Randall's time, but nobody seems to be able to. So pretty much all of the drivers are leaving their pit garages now to just go for a blast at the end of the session to get as far up the grid as possible. By the way, just a quick question for you guys. who are watching the stream, is the game sound in comparison to the volume of my microphone in the right balance? Because I could maybe up the game sound a little bit if the game audio is slightly too low, or maybe even slightly too high. Let me know on that, because I could adjust it a little bit if needed. So then, here we got Dion Style getting ready to start his flying lap. Sandro Dulis has already started his flying lap, currently down in 12th place. So let's see how far they can get up the grid. And here we have got Jensen Randall. He has just improved to a 1 minute 7.991. These are record-breaking times. Criminal. Unbelievable. That surely got to be pole position. I can't see anybody else beating that lap time. Heads off to Jensen Randall. He is doing everything to try and secure that pole position. And surely he has done enough. Anyway, we are not done yet. There are still many drivers on the flying lap. Louis Quinlan down in 9th position with Cameron Edwards. He is currently in 10th with a 10.5. And what can the two Ferraris do? Dion Staal coming through the back here in 11th place. Oh, really getting close to the wall there as he swings through the swimming pool section. And Sandro Dulis is a little bit further up the road. He's going to be the first to cross the line out of the two Ferraris. He goes into 6th, 1 minute 9.8, 1.1 behind Jensen Randall. That's nothing to be ashamed of. That's a pretty good lap time. Then, Dion Staal on the other Ferrari. What's he gonna do? Up towards the line, and he actually stays in 10th place. Funs van Heugten in the Renault. He is slightly improving on his lap time as well, but it seems like he actually backed out of it, and he has. Unfortunately, Jurgen Music crashed out of the session, and so most of the drivers have now finished their final flying lap. And it seems to be that the grid is pretty much settled. Dion Staal is backed out of his lap as well. He is 2.1 seconds behind his previous personal best. Funs van Heugten crosses the line as well. Nobody seems to be on a quick lap at the moment. So it looks like this is your grid for today's race. Thanks for letting me know, Colin Hitchens, in the live chat that the audio is good. Max is actually messaging me that he actually jinxed his only good lap in this session. So he's going to be starting in 10th place. So he was actually improving, but made a mistake. But still, 10th place is pretty decent for Max Mulder. And so every driver has now finished their final flying lap or is still in the pit garage. So it looks like the order of drivers you're seeing on the left in the graphics is going to be the final qualifying result, and it is. So then, Jensen Randall on pole position for the Monaco Grand Prix with a 1 minute 7.991. Liam Hill also with a really quick time, 1 minute 8.2. He was the only driver to get within a second of Jensen Randall. So these two drivers are really going to be to look out for, because 1 minute 7.8 and a 1 minute 8.2 are really rapid times around here. Andrea Latrella in P3, 1.1 seconds behind. Rennie van der Step in P4. Dennis Crenchie, Sandro Dulis, Reese March, Esteban Hermanos, Cameron Edwards, Max Mulder, Dion Staal, Louis Quinlan, Vince van Heugten, Jurgen Rusic, Robin Hersendagen, and Luke Smith completing the grid. Unfortunately, he crashed out at the start of the session and couldn't get a lap in. So he pushed too hard at the start, which he paid the ultimate price for. So it's gonna be a dry race then. No threat of rain today. And we're gonna have the formation laps to start off with, of course. And then we will go ahead with 39 laps here at Monaco. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited to find out what's gonna happen. I'm quickly gonna share the live stream as well. So then, Just waiting for everybody to load up. And in terms of the championship, Jensen Randall is currently leading the way by 31 points from Andrea Latrella. And then it's actually the other Mercedes of Luke Smith in 3rd place, but he's a long way down. So really, this Season 6 championship fight is looking to be between 2 men. Jensen Randall, the pole sitter for today, and Andrea Latrella, who's going to start in 3rd place. So, Jensen Randall on pole position, Liam Hill in 2nd place. He is currently 8th in the championship. Andrea Latrella currently 2nd in the championship. We've got René Vanderstep in 4th place in the McLaren. He is currently in 7th place. Then it's Kerenshis starting from 5th position for today, and he is 9th in the championship. Sandro Dulis with that really nice special gold and white helmet to celebrate the 5th anniversary of SRL. He's currently in 5th position in the championship, so he's actually having a pretty good season. And we'll also start from 6th place for today's race. Reese March will start from P7 and is currently in P10 in the championship. Got Esteban Hermanos in the Red Bull, replacing myself. And he is currently in 19th place, only on 6 points. So we'll be looking to move up a few positions today. And then Cameron Weston Edwards, he's had plenty of fun as well so far this season. Couple of podium finishes and currently 4th in the championship. Max Mulder, the rookie in the Racing Point, also doing pretty well in 13th place. Dion Stahl in the Ferrari, starting in 11th, currently in 15th place in the championship. Louis Quinlan, starting from 12th and is currently in 12th place in the championship. Then we've got Vince van Heugten in 13th, Jeroen Rusic in 14th, Robin Hersenhagen, and a Mercedes in the form of Luke Smith at the back of the field. Now then, we're gonna start with round 10 of Season 6 of the SRL F1 Championship on the PS4, the Monaco Grand Prix. Is everybody gonna survive turn 1? Lights on red, let the battle commence. Here we go, 39 laps. What's gonna happen into turn 1? Is everybody gonna make it through unscathed? Looks like the leaders have got through. It seems to be surprisingly clean. Everybody's made it through. No, they're not. Dion Stahl in the background has gone for a spin. And safety car already. What happened at the back there? It was definitely involving a Ferrari. Was it? It was actually... I'm sure I saw a Ferrari spinning. The timing and scoring is all messed up. Dion is actually shown to be in 2nd place. But yeah, here he was actually the one that was caught up in the incident at the start. But luckily, it seems like no one has crashed out. So we can see Dion there driving with a damaged wing. But still, everybody is in the race. And, well, not everyone made it through turn 1 unscathed. But to be honest, what would you expect? It's Monaco. And it was actually a virtual safety car, so we are back on the green flag now. So a brief virtual safety car for the incident on lap 1, and we are back on the green flag again. So then. Jensen Randall, he has managed to stay in the lead after starting in pole position. And he's now going to try and build out a gap over Liam Hill, who's closely following him in the Williams. We've got Robin Hersenhagen and also Luke Smith in the pit lane. And also the Ferrari of Dion Stahl coming into the pits to replace his front wing. So he's probably going to go for a 2-stop now. He goes to another set of mediums to probably go to a set of mediums later on in the race, and then perhaps a set of softs towards the end. We'll see about that. Anyway, still Jensen Randall leading the way. Andrea Latrella already having to let these two at the front escape a little bit. He can't really follow the pace at the moment. Then it's Crazy doing well in 4th position, and behind them we've got René Vanderstep with Sandro Dulles close behind him, and close behind Sandro it is Esteban Hermanos in the Red Bull, then Cameron West Everts in P8, Reese March in P9 as he almost bumps Cameron West Everts in front of him, very close together between these three drivers, because we've also got Louis Quinlan right behind them in P10, and the Reese March is actually gonna try and do something, because it seems to be that Reese March is really getting held up here. So let's see if he can actually find his way through. On camera, West Everts he has a bit of a look up the inside there, but it's, you know, it's so incredibly difficult to overtake around this circuit. Jurem Rusic, he is currently in 13th place, 10 seconds down on Max Mulder, so he is maybe had a bit of an incident as well. Luke Smith, he is trying to recover after getting caught up in lap 1. Robin Ershagen and Dion Staal at the back of the field. So back to the midfield then. Esteban Hermanos still in 7th place, behind Sandro Dulles. And still this pack of 4 cars really close together here. Reese March chasing down Cameron West Everts. Oh, and there was a bit of contact there between, I think, Sandro Dulles and Esteban Hermanos. Oh, there's been a crash involving Sandro. What's gone on there? I just missed it on the live broadcast. And still side by side for the two Alfa Romeos as well. Oh, this is going to be very tight as they come into the casino section. We've also got the Red Bull there on the outside clipping the wall. He's got a bit of wing damage. Louis Quinlan getting held up, and now Reese March is trying to get through as well. Louis Quinlan there up the inside, and he takes him out. Roadblock into Mirabeau. They managed to get going again. What's going on? Still side by side as they go to the Fairmonts hairpin. How did they manage to make it through there side by side? Oh no! Louis Quinlan has been taken out again, and he blocks the Ferrari of Sandro Dulles there. He slides all over the place, has lost his full front wing. What a mess! Virtual safety car again for the second time in this race. I just missed what happened between Sandro and I think Esteban Hermanos. They must have gone into each other on the straight. They must have tangled up. That looked really weird on the main straight there, but anyway. Again, somehow nobody's actually crashed out of this race, although Louis Quinlan has actually left the session, so he might have actually had to retire because of the damage. So then, that was crazy, and we've got lots of drivers coming to the pits now. Funs van Heugten and Esteban Hermanos both having to pit, as is Reese March and Sandro Dulles as well. 4 drivers having to make an unscheduled pit stop. Crazy. So then, Jensen Randall, he has already pulled out a 2.3 second lead to Liam Hill in 2nd place. Andrea Latrella still relatively close to Liam Hill. And again, this time a full safety car. What's going on here then? What is going on? Has there been another crash? Nobody seems to have been retired. But a virtual safety car. Apologies, I misread it. So another virtual safety car. Again, I don't know what this is for. Yeah, I know it wasn't the full safety car. I'm not used to the game being in Dutch, but thanks for tuning in to the live chat, Tim Wentink. Of course, the current SRL champion. Unfortunately not part of this race today. But the 3rd virtual safety car, and some of the drivers are actually going to use this opportunity to actually go into the pits. Like Randy van der Steur, who has decided to fit on a new set of mediums. And virtual safety car has ended, and the race is back on the green flag. So we'll pick up Funs van Heugten, because he is actually in a pretty close fight as he sliced the rear end out there a little bit. Max Mulder also into the pit lane. Straps on a set of hearts. Funs van Heugten pretty close behind Esteban Hermanos. He's gonna gain a position there because Max Mulder is coming out of the pit lane. He's gonna actually come pretty close between Funs van Heugten. They actually barge wheels there a little bit. That was close. And Sandro Dulis is trying to fight his way back through the field after having to make that pit stop. And he is now behind Jure Marusic. And he's probably being held up here quite a bit. So he's gonna try and get past that Red Bull as soon as he can. But we all know this track is incredibly tough to overtake. And the other Ferrari is stuck behind another car as well. Dion Staal stuck behind Robin Hersthagen for P14 in this race. So both the Ferraris down the order quite a bit. We'll pick up Sandro again. He still hasn't managed to find a way through. And actually Dion Staal goes up the inside into the Nouvelle Chicane and moves up into 14th position. Just scored the end of that. As Cameron Edwards, the other McLaren, goes into the pit lane as well. So then, can Sandro Dulis find a way past Jure Marusic on this lap? It's going to be tough, that's for sure. And we've got the other Red Bull of Esteban Hermanos now leaving the pits right in front of Jure Marusic. And he actually runs wide and lets both of them through. Not sure if that was some kind of team order. I don't think it was, because it looks like Esteban Hermanos has picked up a bit of front wing damage. Let's check his front wing. Yeah, that doesn't look like the full bit. No, certainly not. Esteban Hermanos, I think he actually crashed maybe in the final corner or something, because I thought he was losing position because he pitted, but he actually didn't. So he must have had a crash somewhere around the final sector. And in front of Jure we've got quite a big group. Look at this, Rees March right behind Max Mulder and Vince van Heugten. So pretty fascinating battle here. Sandro Dulis still trying to work his way past Jure Marusic. Ooh, twitches the back end out there a little bit. Let's go on board briefly. It's pretty congested here now. Somebody actually goes into the pit lane. That is Vince van Heugten in the Renault. So it is now a group of 4 from P8 to P11. Fighting it out. Oh, Sandro, a bit of a twitch into turn 1. He clipped the wall slightly. And I saw a red end plate there laying on the track. Is that Sandro Dulis's? I think it is. Yeah, he has lost his left end plate, so that is going to lose him a bit of downforce. He's going to be frustrated being behind it, Red Bull, being in the dirty air. He's going to be very, very annoyed that he can't find a way past Jure Marusic. So then, maybe a good exit out of fourth here could actually set himself up for a move into the Nouvelle Chicane. Let's see if he does try something. No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it for now. And this seems to be the closest fight on track at the moment. But, you know, Sandro Dulis has got a huge amount of experience. He's been obviously racing in this league since the very beginning. This is his 6th season. His 6th year in Ferrari as well. Has never changed teams. And Jure Marusic has also been going for quite a while. As Sandro Dulis tries to look up the inside into the first corner. Can he make it stick? He cuts the corner. Jure Marusic just forces to the wall and breaks a bit of his wing. So Dulis finally gets the move done. But in doing so, he picks up a 3-second time penalty. Actually lets Marusic go through there. I think that wasn't a mistake. I think he actually let him go through because he felt like it was a bit too aggressive. So very sportsmanlike there from Sandro Dulis. And also we've got Liam Hill making a very early scheduled stop. He's going to try and probably get the undercut on Jensen Rendel. He knows he probably won't get past him or, you know, close that gap by himself by just driving. So he needs to try something strategy-wise to get close to that guy at the front. Anyway, still then, Jure Marusic defending from both the first. Now Sandro Dulis still right behind him, but Dion Staal has also catched up in the meantime. So Jure has now got 2 angry Ferraris right behind him. We're both looking to get past him. So let's see if Jure will be able to defend his position or of the two Ferraris were able to find a way past that Red Bull RB16. Do this again. He's going to try it up the inside for the second time in a row. Can he do it this time? He does. And clearly this time, but Jurgen's exit has been ruined there. And Dion tries to find Nephew there, but the gap just closed. This track is so narrow. And Dion unfortunately couldn't get past there. And well done to Marusic as well for holding him off. Dennis Krench is now into the pit lane as well, as is Jensen Rendel, our race leader. And Jensen Rendel, he's going to rejoin in third position on the medium tire, so he'll be going to the end now. It's a pretty easy one stop here from softs to mediums. And actually, Dion Staal has now found a way past Jure Marusic. Sorry about that, I just missed it because I just shifted to Jensen Rendel. So Marusic now down into 12th position, also with damage on his left front wing. So he's gonna struggle a little bit through the high speed corners. So this is gonna be a new phase in this race, because the first stint is now pretty much over for most of the drivers. Jure Marusic is going into the pits now as well to replace his front wing. Smolder in 7th place, with the Reese March pretty close behind him. And also Jensen Rendel, he is now right behind Dennis Krenchis in the Racing Point. And he's going to try to make a move very, very soon. Of that there is no doubt. He's going to try it on the inside of turn 1 perhaps, just like Sander Dulis tried a few laps ago. But Dennis Krenchis defends his position nicely there. And we have got Esteban Hermanos, I believe, very close in front of them as well. Who is a lap down. Or is Jure Marusic, one of the two Red Bulls. Difficult to spot from this angle. Jensen Rendel, he is so close. He's almost pushing Krenchis through Mirabeau there. And again, gives him a bit of a tap. He's going to be careful with that, because it's very easy to damage your wing by doing something like that. So let's see. Can Jensen Rendel maybe get a good exit here? He's going to try it on the outside in the tunnel. This is going to be very tight. He will have the inside for the braking zone into the Nouvelle chicane, but he can't brake late enough. And he's still stuck behind. This is so costly for Jensen Rendel, because he's now losing time. He's losing time to the likes of Andrea Letrella. He cannot afford to do this. He can't afford to be stuck behind the car for too long. And now, you see what it's done. Liam Hill has closed up. And Jensen Rendel gives Krenchis a tap through the final corner. A bit of contact there with Liam Hill as well. Liam Hill has completely closed the gap. All courtesy of Dennis Krenchis holding him up. Rendel, he's in a rush here. He's going to try and do it again into tomorrow. He can't. He is still stuck behind. And now Liam Hill is trying to do something to get in front of Jensen. Liam is going to try and break up his rhythm. Liam knows he needs to get in front, because if you leave Jensen in clean air, he's going to drive him into the distance. Again, Rendel up the inside of the mirror. Is he going to do it this time? It's very, very tight. He managed to make it through. Jure Marusic has crashed out safety car. What has happened to Jure Marusic? I am not sure where he crashed. Maybe we can see the end of it somewhere. Maybe we can see his teammate Esteban Hermanos. What has happened to Jure Marusic? Where is his car? But this time a full cost caution, which is really gonna change the face of this race. This is gonna have a massive influence on the pecking order. Esteban Hermanos goes into the pit lane. And Fons van Heugten has also crashed out of the race, and he's asking for an invite. I can try and get him there in the commentary booth. We've got a safety car at the moment anyway, so I'll try and invite Fons van Heugten to join me here in the commentary. So bear with me, you're gonna see a blue screen for a few seconds. So apologies for that. I'll quickly try and get Fons in here. So once again, apologies for the blue screen. I'm gonna quickly have to can go back to the action. So then, let's get back into the race. Still in the safety car conditions. So then, what does the field look like now after all the pit stops have shoveled out? And we've got Vince van Heugten joining us here in the commentary booth. Vince seems to be pretty crazy out there. What happened?
Yeah, I just crashed a couple of times. So I was running so far back, I thought, no, not going my way.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, that happens here in Monaco. I mean, it's such a difficult track, and you know, with so many cars, you can easily get caught up in an incident, and we had a few retirements today.
Yeah,
also,
and I couldn't concentrate anymore. So yeah. If you can't concentrate at Monaco, it's better just to retire. Yeah,
probably. You're probably right about that.
Yeah, but now there's a lot of things going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, Russis crashed out, and he actually caused the safety car. And I'm not sure what happened to him, but this is, you know, affecting the race quite a bit. We have now got Jensen Randall back into the lead with Liam Hill very close behind him. He was actually a bit further back in the first inning, but he managed to close that gap. And obviously now after the safety car, he will be right at the back of Jensen Randall. Everybody has now made a stop, so I think everyone will go to the end from here. Because it seems to be that everybody is on the medium tires, apart from Max, Esteban and Robin Herstagen, who has actually opted for hard tires, so they'll definitely be able to go to the end, as long as I don't have to replace any front wings. So yeah, we'll get ready for the restart of this race, and still quite a long way to go. We're not even halfway yet, so a lot can still happen.
So much has happened already, so...
Yeah, it feels like the race has been going on for much longer, but still a long way to go indeed.
Of course, the 2 or 3 virtual safety cars in the beginning also slowed it down a bit.
Yeah, I think we had 3 virtual safety cars indeed, so that does make the race time longer, of course. Seems like the safety
It's also quite interesting that Andrea told us before the race that he wasn't that quicker on the track, but now he's still running 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Andrea Latrella is a quick driver, but I think relative to Jensen Randall and Liam Hill, those two, especially in qualifying, were definitely quicker. Because Jensen was actually over a second clear of Andrea in qualifying, which is crazy. But,
yeah, true.
Yeah, I think
Jensen had a little bit of a slow start to the season, and the end of last season didn't go as well. But now I think he's has started up and he's now on full pace. That's good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. He's also leading the championship by 31 points as well. So this season going very well for Jensen Randall. He did have a lot of crashes indeed, the second half of last season, but he is definitely cleaned it up for this year, and he's very, very strong.
And if there's one race you want to win, it's Monaco, definitely.
Yeah.
That also, I'm quite anxious to see what Liam Hill is going to do. Of course, he also wants to win.
Yeah, I mean, Monaco is often looked at as the jewel in the calendar, and also coincidentally, it's the 5th anniversary celebration for SRL, so it's a pretty nice race to win.
Yeah, definitely. And the mid pack is also pretty close. Our safety car is going to end in this lap.
Okay, yeah. So
let's
we'll get back on the way.
Hopefully no safety car glitch like in Zandvoort. That would be pretty devastating.
Yeah, that would completely ruin the race. So Jensen Randall can now control the pace. When will he decide to go? It looks...
close.
Yeah, he's not going yet. I think he's going now on next to the final corner, and he is.
He's going now.
Race is back on the green flag then. Lap 17 of 39.
Oh, somebody pits.
A long way to go. Actually, okay, that is very interesting. Some of the drivers already putting up in the pit lane. And did they have to replace the wing? I think they did, didn't they?
Maybe they touched under the safety car.
Yeah, they must have.
Wing for Reese.
Oh, that's unfortunate for those two. They must have tangled up during the safety car, which is not very nice because you're going to be on the back foot right after the restart. So they're going to be a long way down. Of course, with the rest of the field now being very bunched up. So then, what can Jensen Randall do at the front of this race? He's already pulled out a bit of a gap. 1.1 seconds to Liam Hill. He's trying to break that DRS 1 second window. And Andrea Latrell also keeping them honest in third place. 8 tenths behind Hill in second. And Cameron Edwards there with the Red Bull of was that Esteban Hermanos? He was behind them, but he's a lap down, so he was actually letting Dennis Crenches go through. I was a little bit confused there, but Esteban Hermanos is in the pack, but actually a lap down because he is in 12th place. So
also interesting, the two Ferraris very close together.
Yeah, they are. They've been close together for pretty much this entire race. And
I think Jensen made a mistake because Liam Hill is now 9 tenths away from him. He has DRS.
Okay, yeah, that's crucial. It's going to be crucial for Hill to stay within that 1 second window and to keep the pressure on, to not let him escape at the front, because we know what the space is like.
And Dennis and Cameron is also in the train right now, also battling. It's so difficult to overtake here. You can follow it quite easy, but if you have oversteer, you're also in the wall. So
yeah,
it's difficult here, but
yeah, it's so difficult to overtake, and also just difficult to stay concentrated and get all the laps right. It's just, you know, it's such a busy lap. You can't rest, you can't relax, because it's just corner after corner. There are barely any straights. It's just you need to just stay focused for basically the entire race.
Yeah, definitely. Dennis and Cameron are really close together, and the back marker is still there. Jensen Randall fastest out of the race. That's good news for him, but still Liam Hill has DRS.
Yeah, I just can't seem to be able to break over that 1 second. And also Reese March pretty close behind Luke Smith for the final points paying position, and Senator Julius has also closed up to the back of Max Mulder in the Racing Point. So let's see if Max can actually hold off the Ferrari. So done pretty well in his first year in SRL. He got on the podium in Sochi due to a very good strategy, and also participated in the GT3 Championship, where he made his debut in Indianapolis and actually finished in second in the final race in Zolder behind myself. So he's maturing pretty nicely as an SRL driver in the 64 Racing Point.
Ooh, Dennis and Cameron. I thought for a second he was going for it, but
Senator Dooley's up the inside of Max Mulder into the Nouvelle chicane. They're still side by side briefly, but Senator Dooley's managed to make it stick. Very nice move there by Dulles.
And Max gets overtaken by a Ferrari and immediately is under pressure from another Ferrari.
Yeah, yes, now it's Dion.
But to be honest, I think Max is on the back foot here with hard tires and the two Ferraris on mediums.
Yeah, Sacco had a bit of a slide there on the exit of the final corner, so to interrupt. Yeah, indeed, Max has opted for the hards, which is interesting, but he's going to have less grip, but of course more tire life towards the end of the race, so let's see what plays out better. Also Dennis Crench is
all over the back of him.
Yeah, and also Crench is all over the back of Cameron West Edwards for 4th place. And in front of Cameron there is quite a big gap to the top 3. Jensen Randall, Liam Hill, and also just about Andrea Latrella have pulled away at the front in a group of 3.
I think Dennis is going to try at Cameron now, coming out of the tunnel. Good chance.
He's lining him up. He's lining up into the Nouvelle chicane. He's going to turn on the outside. Oh, you can't. That's the wrong side. It's pretty much impossible to overtake there on the outside. You can't get the exit.
Defending.
Yeah, very good defending indeed from Cameron Edwards. We know Edwards is very good, very tough at defending a position and even attacking as well. He's a pretty aggressive driver. Oh, and Caranchis actually ran into the back of him and he pulls into the pit lane to replace his front wing.
That's unfortunate.
Meanwhile, Max still holding up Dion's style behind him. Dion is going to try it up the inside into turn 1.
Oh, watch out, boys.
Oh, still side by side. Well done to Max for actually holding it on the outside, but no! Oh goodness, Max has gone for a spin.
Oh no.
He managed just to actually do a 360 keep it in the straight line, but he has damaged his front wing, unfortunately.
And Liam is catching Jensen, 7/10 of a second.
Liam Hill is catching Jensen Randall. You gotta give him credit for actually being able to close up to Randall. You know your pace is good when you can do that around Monaco, around any track really. Yeah. So we'll see how this battle will unfold.
Sander is flying, is already catching the two McLarens ahead.
Oh yeah, he is. 6th place and 4 and 5 just in front of him. The two McLarens of Cameron, Weston Edwards and Rennie van der Stap. It seems...
Ooh, 5/10s. Jensen and Liam. 4/10s. Jesus, it's gonna be an amazing battle.
He is lighting him up, he's putting him under pressure. And that is the thing you want to do if you're behind. Just keep the pressure on. Try and force him into a mistake. Yeah. This is shaping up to be a nice race. Really fascinating at the front. Liam Hill has pretty much completely closed the gap here. Of course, it is going to close off a bit in the slow sections of the circuit. Also, Luke Smith has gone past Max. That is because he actually dived into the pit lane, to replace his front wing. So then, I'm actually pretty surprised that Liam Hill has managed to catch up with Jensen Randall a little bit. It's still around 8/10s, because you know it's catching up is one thing. Overtaking is so difficult, and also you don't want to get too close and have too much, dirty air, because that does affect you quite a lot, especially in the high-speed corners like Casino and the swimming pool section. But also
the two McLarens.
Yeah, I just caught that as well. Did Cameron Edwards make a mistake? I actually didn't see the overtake, but Rennie van der Stap now up into 4th place. And now Sander Dool is right behind Cameron Weston Edwards for P5. And Dennis Crunches
pushing him to the last corner.
Yeah. And Crunches also managed to find his way past Race March for P9.
Ooh, Sander up the hill with Cameron, just behind.
Yes.
If you get alongside here, it's easy to overtake, but if you're just behind, you can't really overtake because the guy in front can just easily block you.
Yeah, and also that section there, the casino section, is really only a one-line corner, and well, it pretty much goes for every corner around here. But yeah, it's oh, and Robin Erstaken has actually crashed out of the session. Will that cause another VSC or even full safety car? I'm not sure in which part of the circuit he did actually crash out, but.
Maybe he retired in the pits, because I don't see any...
Yeah, no yellow flags to be seen. And meanwhile, Liam Hill, 6/10 is the gap to Jensen Randall. They are so evenly matched. It was briefly down to 4/10 there in turn 1, as Liam Hill had a slight switch there on the exit of the corner. But this is turning out to be really satisfying here at the front. Great pace for these two drivers.
We're gonna have a problem. Robin's AI car has drove out of the pits.
Oh, okay.
Oh, left the session, but I think I saw his car coming out of the pits. And we know from SR history that it didn't go well. Safety car.
Safety car, what has happened? Cameron was the Everest crashed out. What has happened?
With the Force
India. Sander Dool has been caught up in it as well.
Max Welder has also no front wing anymore.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
So another safety car, the second full course caution of this race. It was at the top of the hill, just before the casino section.
Max Welder spun on his own, and after the tunnel.
Oh, so there were two separate incidents. Okay.
Yeah, and now we have. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
Jensen pits. The race leader pits for new tires.
Jensen Randall into the pit lane, and he's gone for a set of soft tires. Liam Hill, though, has decided to stay out.
Oh my god. It's going to be an amazing sprint race to the end.
Yeah, so Jensen, he's decided to give up his lead. In Monaco. He wants to be on the fastest tires. Everybody knows he's got the pace, but to overtake here is going to...
Liam are two tough cookies. So.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're probably one of the toughest to have in front of you. in a race here in Monaco, and that is a very brave decision by Jensen to pit and give up his lead. He's dropped to third place. Yeah, a lot of drivers into the pit lane, but will Leon and Andrea respond to that and pit as well, or will they just stay out now? I think it's too late for them. If they pit now, they're gonna be further behind than what they were, so I think they will have to stay out now.
Yeah, definitely. 3-car battle for the lead. Oh my god, that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
And Sandro, P4.
Yeah, despite he was stationary, he was caught up behind the McLaren of Cameron when they were stricken on the middle of the track, and despite that, he's in 4th place. He must have just avoided it, or somehow avoided damage, because I saw his car up against Cameron's car stopped on the track. So I'm not sure how that has happened, but well done to him being up into 4th place. And yeah, we've got arguably the 3 fastest drivers in this race in the first 3 positions.
Yeah, and we have a back marker between Sandro and Jensen, so maybe that's a thingy. But yeah, we will see. And don't forget, if the top 3 screw up, Sandro still has a chance.
Absolutely, yeah, and I think the back marker of Max Mulder is in between Andrea Letrella and Jensen Randall, isn't he?
Yeah, and we have the Red Bull of Esteban Hermanes also between position 3 and position 4. So Sandro can't attack right away, but and Jensen wants to get past the back marker as fast as possible, because otherwise his chances of winning this race are running low.
Yeah. So 11 drivers left in this race. Who's gonna win this one?
I'm putting my money on Jensen. I think he can pull it off.
Okay.
But also Liam can defend pretty hard.
Yeah. It'll be very fascinating to see. So the 6th edition of the Monaco Grand Prix in SRL. In Season 1 it was actually Samuel Brandt who managed to win this race in the Red Bull. In Season 2 it was myself. Season 3 Jesper Lampinen. Season 4 Vasilis Belachotis. And last year it was the reigning SRL champion Tim Wentig who won in the Renault. And someone today here is going to write their name on that list as well, but safety car is going to come in at the end of this lap, and it's going to be a sprint towards the final few laps here with the top 3 all on different strategies, but very close together.
Andrea is the underdog here, but he can also pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, it's really difficult to predict, but I think indeed, if I'm going to put money on someone, I think I'm going to go for Jensen as well, but we'll see. Safety car is in, the race is back on the way. Jensen or Liam is actually waiting for a long time, and finally the race is back on the way. Now Jensen needs to clear Max Mulder quickly here, and he does. Luckily Max doesn't make it difficult, but he's going to lose a little bit of time being compromised there into turn 1. But the top 3 is clear now. And behind it,
train in the midfield.
the McLaren of Rennie Venestep there with the racing point. Oh, that was very, very close there.
Great.
And look at how close everybody is.
Jensen is already on the back of the AlphaTauri.
Oh, and the move as well from Luke Smith up the inside of Max Mulder. And he does make that move stick. Actually up the inside of Dennis Carenci, sorry. So that was actually 4th position.
Jensen needs to overtake Andrea now.
Yeah, he does. He can see Liam Hill clearing off into the distance. He needs to respond now. This is critical. He can't let him escape up the inside. No! Can't find a way past.
Andrea can just easily block. That's the problem for Jensen right now.
Yeah.
Liam can take off now. He's already out of DRS from Andrea.
Yeah, Andrea can spoil the party for Jensen here because he can hold him up indeed. And Liam, he's having a right laugh here because he can just pull away now. He is really cheering on Andrea to defend that position, because this is really helping him out. Already 1.4 seconds as Dennis Carenci also gains a position. No, he actually loses one. He's actually gone into the pit lane as well.
Reese has a penalty now. 3 seconds again added to his race time. And the longer this takes for Jens to overtake Andrea, his advantage on the tires also fades away. So he needs to do it quickly.
Yeah. He does.
And Andrea was blocking him perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, it's impossible to overtake him to the Pheromones hairpin there. And indeed, Jensen is also ruining his tire set here by having to just take different lines and being in the dirty air.
Now he must take it now.
Yeah, he needs to brake lane into the Nouvelle chicane. He can't.
No.
It's
Lock
too
up from
risky, and
Andrea.
also, Andrea Latrella is such a late breaker as well. But time is running out for Jensen Randall. He can't stay behind. 2.1 seconds to Liam Hill here. Did Jensen Randall give up his race win by pitting under the safety car?
I heard Sandra say before the race, track position is key, and yeah, that proves to be true right now.
Yeah, a bit of a slide there again. That's going to ruin his soft set. Randall, he did everything right in qualifying with an amazing lap time, but he doesn't have the track position anymore. DRS has been enabled on this lap, but it's 2.6 seconds to Liam Hill with 11 laps to go.
Oh, this has turned out really bad for Jensen Randall.
Yeah, Sandra Dooley is also having to defend from Luke Smith. He is still in fourth position. Luke Smith right behind him though.
The two Mercedes cars are on the same strategy. Both of them pitted for soft.
Yeah, they did indeed. So still, Jensen Randall, number 15, stuck behind Alpha Tauri of Andrea Latrella. Championship rivals as well, first and second in the championship. Again, Randall, he needs to get it done. He can't do it into here. He's too far back. Maybe we can close up enough on the main straight with the help of DRS and do something into turn 1. He needs to take a risk now, as Luke Smith also manages to find his way past Sandra Dooley into the Nouvelle chicane.
3.3 seconds, Liam Hill to Andrea.
Yeah, Liam is really pulling away. Oh, did Jensen Randall just clip the wall, or was that Andrea Latrella? I saw a bit of wing there. Bit of wing and plate.
It's not from the Mercedes.
No, it was actually Andrea Latrella who has damaged his wing. Yeah, I can see it on the right hand side.
There he goes.
Of the wing on the exit of the swimming pool section. Jensen Randall up the inside of the turn 1. He needs to make it stick. And he gets a better exit. Now then, Randall up in second place.
4.2 seconds.
He needs to push. 4.2 seconds. He's now got clear air. He's got 10 laps remaining to close that gap to Liam Hill in the lead of the race. 4
seconds. It is doable, but yeah, then again, he has to overtake, and Liam is not going to give it easy.
Certainly not. Already down to 3.7. Now, Liam Hill does actually have a time penalty of 3 seconds.
Yeah,
so that could ruin it for Liam Hill. So virtually, Jensen Randall is only 4 tenths behind. But there is a chance that Randall may also pick up a penalty in pushing to try and close that down. I'm not sure on how many warnings he's on, but it is really easy on this track to pick up a track limit penalty.
Yeah, that's true, and also he is pushing all the laps now, and we saw him slide earlier. It's gonna happen again, probably. So he doesn't need to make any mistakes, and then it could be possible for him. Yeah, and also at this part, his soft tires are still gonna be fresh, so he needs to do it now, because probably towards the end of the race he's not going to have the benefit of having fresher tires, because his tires are going to wear out faster than Liam Hill's. So in P5 we can still see that familiar number 69 on that red Ferrari, still defending from Rennie van der Step. He's actually got the lap car of Esteban Hermanos behind him, so he's managed to actually gap Rennie van der Step by 1.7 seconds. But behind Rennie van der Step it is reached much very close in the Haas. And Jensen is now in the penalty window of Liam Hill. So as of now, Jensen will win.
Yeah, that is actually crucial. I also forgot about that penalty. I just realized it. But as long as Jensen Randall doesn't pick up any penalties, he is looking pretty good to take this race win. Here we can see him coming through the swimming pool section. The gap is down to 2.4, so Jensen is definitely faster at this point of the race. He can see Liam Hill in front of him now. He is about a corner ahead of him. Can he actually close the gap down and win this race on track?
That would be the best feeling, I think.
Yes, certainly. 1 minute 10.9, fast lap in the race for Jensen Randall as we open up lap 32 of this race.
And Reese and Rennie van der Step are also battling. Reese has DRS on the McLaren.
He does. Rennie van der Step defending that 6th position. And behind him, that number 12 in the Haas, the white and red helmet. Very easy to spot. Reese March trying to get a few more points. He's done pretty well this season already. And we are looking to get another points finish on the board. Meanwhile, gap is down to 1.5 seconds. Look at how much Jensen has get Andrea. 6.8 seconds is Andrea behind Jensen
I saw
Randall.
Jensen slide a little bit. He has to really watch out that he doesn't overheat his tires.
Yeah, because once you overheat those rear tires, it is so difficult to cool them down again.
Definitely in Monaco.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, Reese is pretty close, but not quite close enough. A lot of battles.
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting race, that's for sure.
And maybe a double Mercedes podium because Luke Smith has also caught up to Andrea.
Yes, yeah, Andrea seems to be struggling a little bit. And Luke Smith, he is actually supposed to be a reserve driver, but he's actually done really well in the races he participated in. And he's actually in the top 3 in the championship, despite being a reserve driver.
And this is Monaco and he started from the back.
Yeah, I actually forgot about it as well.
Crazy.
He started from the back because he crashed out at the start of qualifying. So well done to Luke Smith, who are actually being up the order so far in now challenging for a podium position.
Yeah, and he really stays out of trouble. That's the point, and that's key in Monaco. Not only in Monaco, but also other races. But now he made it work, also with the strategy. Very smart from the 2 Mercedes drivers.
Yeah, and now suddenly it seemed to be the wrong decision, didn't it, for Jensen Randall and also Luke Smith to pit for softs, but now it doesn't look that bad anymore.
Penalty for Luke Smith.
That could be costly. Because Andrea Latrella doesn't have a penalty so
He has to
far.
overtake and then pull out a 3-second gap, which is possible because we've seen Jensen Randall do it as well. Once in free air, he can push, but he has to overtake.
Reese March still really close together at the back of the McLaren of Rennie van der Stap as well. He won the DRS on the start finish straight, but it doesn't seem like he is close enough. He didn't get a great exit out of the final corner, and he can't do anything into turn 1.
Luke is almost pushing Andrea through the sectors.
Yeah, he is really close together as they now go into the Fairmonts hairpin. He can't really overtake it here, but he is right behind that number 81 AlphaTauri. Maybe he can set him up into the Nouvelle Chicane if he can get a good run here through the tunnel. Good exit out of Portier. Ah, he's not close enough.
No, definitely not. And it seems like Jensen has cooled his tires a little bit because the gap has stayed the same for the last 2 laps. Now he's catching again, but yeah. Ooh, a back marker in front of Liam Hill.
He needs to get out of the way. I think it is Max Mulder in the Racing Point.
It's Dennis Carenci.
Oh, it is Dennis Crunch's.
Yeah.
Apologies for that. Liam Hill has now caught up.
He has to move out of the way.
You need to get out of the way. Oh,
He's still in front.
He's now giving him dirty air. He needs to pull over. And he does. Does he? He
And
doesn't.
another penalty for Luke Smith. Oh, Reese and Rennie van der Stap side by side, but ooh, that was close. I think Rennie made a mistake and hit the wall a little bit, but he's still in front.
Okay, the Racing Point of Crunch is there. That was a little bit awkward there with Jensen Randall. And it looks like Jensen lost a little bit of time.
Big dive from Luke Smith.
And
And
Reese
now he
March
has to
also
pull
up
out
the
of-
inside of Rennie van der Stad. That is tight and make a bit of contact. Oh, and Rennie holds on to P6.
And
And-
I think the McLaren has a bit of front end wing damage.
Okay, yeah, that could definitely be the case. And indeed, Luke Smith now has managed to finally make his way past Andrea Latrella as well.
And now he has to pull out a 6-second gap because there's 2 3-second time penalties. Ooh. Gonna be difficult in 3 laps time, but
Yeah,
possible.
it certainly will. So, considering Rennie van der Stad does have a little bit of damage now, it could maybe be slightly easier for Reese March to overtake him, maybe into a corner like the casino section, because that's where Rennie van der Stad is gonna struggle. He clips the border with his right rear tire, just as Charles Leclerc did here a couple of years ago.
And now Reese DRS on Rennie van der Stap. But it's not quite enough.
Not yet. I think he might actually find a way through at some point, especially considering Van der Stap is struggling with his wing damage. But, so far he still holds on. Meanwhile, still around 1.5 seconds between Liam Hill and Jensen Randall at the front. I think Randall is going to try something. He's going to try and close that gap and try and win the race. Also to just cover off the risk of picking up a penalty himself. I really think he wants to go for it.
I know Jensen quite a bit now, and knowing him, he really wants to win it on the track and not go for some penalty.
Yeah. So then the battle for P3 is also still on. Of course, Luke Smith does have the time penalty, but Andrea Latrella still right behind the Australian. So
and Jensen needs to watch out he doesn't let the gap grow too big, because already 2.7 seconds, and Liam needs 3 seconds to win.
Yeah, that gap is now definitely opening up a bit again. 2.9, he's lost about a second. That must have been a mistake by Jensen Randall. 3 seconds. What has happened to Jensen Randall? Are his tires falling off the cliff now?
Oh my god, at that point Liam Hill will win. It's still not over.
That gap has really increased a lot in a very short space of time. 3.2 seconds now. This is very, very concerning for Jensen Randall.
Oh my god. He doesn't have damage, so it must have been his tires.
Also Rennie van der Step still defending from Reese March. But the focus is on the top two. It's virtually a tenth of a second between those two. This is really gonna be pretty exciting towards the end of this race. If Jensen Randall can keep up the pace, his tires will be going off. He needs a big slide on next to the final corner. Oh, Ari's tires going off. Yeah, probably the rear tires. He's sliding around now. It's probably over. Yeah, again. Is this the point where Liam Hill wins this race? 4.1 seconds. I think it is over now.
Yeah,
it must be a mistake by Liam Hill now.
And 2 laps to go, and it has all fallen away for Jensen Randall.
Ah, that is a great shame for Jensen. It needs to be a mistake from Liam Hill now, but he knows he's got that margin. Also the 2 racing points pretty close together. Dennis Crenches and Max Mulder battling it out for P9. Max Mulder in the 64 racing point, using that number in honor of Bo Bensteider, Dutch Moto2 rider. Anyway, this is not about motorbike racing, this is about SRL.
Jensen picks up a penalty.
Jensen is really, really losing himself this race now. It's pretty much over at this point.
A little bit more than 1 lap for our leader Liam Hill, and then he has won his first Monaco Grand Prix.
Also about 1.5 laps to go for Andrea Latrella to try and get P3 on track. And a 3-second penalty for Dion Staal again. He's currently in 8th place.
He's picked up a lot in the last 2 laps. I don't know if you saw that, but...
And Reese March also now with a time penalty. Chasing down Rennie van der Step.
The concentration is falling off right now, you can see that.
Oh, Reese with a big twitch there on the exit of the swimming pool section. He is also probably overcooking his rear tires.
And Andrea is 1/10 away from Luke Smith.
Yeah, I think Andrea, he's going to try something, of that there's no doubt. He's going to want to finish on track. He's going to want P3 on track, despite the penalties. Just for pride.
He has one real opportunity, and that's, of course, braking coming off the tunnel.
Yeah, that is indeed probably his only shot. Liam Hill now coming through the swimming pool section. He is pulled out by 7.5 seconds over Jensen Randall. He didn't get pole position in qualifying, but he comes to the final bend here in Monaco. Ooh. He's been magic here in Monaco. Liam Hill crosses the line and clinches the victory here in Monaco. Jensen Randall is going to finish in 2nd place and crucially increase his lead in the World Championship over Andrea Latrella, who's going to cross the line in 3rd place, but he will probably lose it on the count of penalties. What has happened further down the field? Sandro Dulis has gained the position.
Yeah, Luke Smith crashed into the wall coming out of the tunnel.
Luke Smith has crashed out on the final lap.
And Andrea finishes 3rd.
Oh, and Luke Smith is going to limp home. He's going to crawl to the line with a punctured tire. He's still going to hang on to 5th position. Rennie van der Stap just about manages to hold off Reese March as well for 6th.
And he has it. He got it.
Oh, he just lost it before the line. Luke Smith in 6th place. Dion Staal, he's gonna finish in 8th place. Max Mulder He managed to hold off his Racing Point teammate. He is still in the first. He's already finished the race, and Dennis Krenschis picks up the final points paying position in 10th, and Esteban Hermanos in the Red Bull in 11th, and Karen Wester Edwards, Robin Herstagen, Jure Mursic, Vince van Heugten, and someone else have all retired from the race. So I couldn't remember the final one. Driver of the day is Luke Smith after starting from the back of the grid. But the day belongs to Liam Hill, the race winner here for the Monaco Grand Prix in Season 6.
Yeah, definitely deserved.
Yeah, I mean, Jensen Rando and Liam Hill, they both would have deserved to win this race. But Liam, he gave the knockout, didn't he, at the end of the race? He just pulled the pin with a few laps to go. And, you know, that is kind of the strategy as well. When you're leading and you've got somebody a couple of seconds behind you, you don't want to give them hope. You don't want to just take it easy and let that gap diminish. You want to just give them a knockout and make them give up. And that is really what Liam Hill did. He really showed really impressive pace during this race. And then qualifying as well by just being 2 tenths behind Jensen Rando. He was the only one who was really able to match Jensen over the course of this weekend. And Jensen does actually pick up an extra point with the fast lap. 1 minute 10.9. But these are your official results. Liam Hill, the race winner here in Monaco. Jensen Reno has 2nd place. He will increase his lead in the championship over Andrea Latrella. Sandro Dulis, a very nice 4th position for him. Rennie van der Stap in 5th place. Luke Smith in 6th after crashing out in the final lap. He still managed to salvage some points. Reese March in 7th place. Dion Stahl 8th. Max Mulder doing pretty well in 9th place there. Picks up a few points. Dennis Krenschis in 10th place. And the final finisher, Esteban Hermanos in the Red Bull. And then we've got Karen Wester Edwards, Robin Hersenhaken, Jure Mursic, Vince van Heugten, and Louis Quinlan, who all crashed out of this race. And thanks, Vince, for joining me as well here in the commentary booth for the second half of this race.
Yeah, no problem. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was certainly a fun race to watch. It was really action-packed. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well, watching on YouTube. And that has been round 10 of Season 6 in the SRL F1 League. Pretty action-packed race here, lots of battles throughout the field, crashes, safety cars, we've seen it all. It's you know, for the neutral viewer, kind of unfortunate. Jensen Rando made a few mistakes towards the end, and that his tires fell off the cliff in the final few laps of the race. But nonetheless, great performance by Liam Hill, and also Jensen Rando for the pace he has shown in qualifying as well. And yeah, that's been it for round 10 of the season here in SRL. So yeah, again,
on to the next one.
Indeed, and also the Project Cars 2 championship with GT3 is gonna start in a few weeks' time. The first round of the season will be in Daytona for a 2.4-hour race, and
next week, of course, the January event, Snowball Derby.
Yeah, the Snowball Derby on Project Cars 2 as well, rallycross race in the snow. You can check all the information about the calendar and all the racing series within SRL on the website. Link is in the description, and you can check us out on Instagram as well, SRL_F1. And it has been a lot of fun commentating the race today, and you know, I'm I'm usually used to actually racing in this league, and it's been interesting to actually spectate it for a change. And I have actually spectated the races in the last couple of months quite often, actually a little bit too often, because I've had a lot of crashes in DNFs this year. So I have joined Samuel and Lance quite a few times in the commentary booth this year, but this is the first time I've really commentated an SRL race on my own. Well, for the first half, and of course you joined me for the second half, Vince, so cheers for that. But thank you all very much for watching, and thank you, Vince, for tuning into the commentary booth after you crashed out. And yeah, we'll see you all at the next round.
Yes.